Why don't we change? There is a strange mystery at the center of human life. Many people already know what could improve their lives. For example, they know exercise is good for them. They know excessive distraction steals their attention. They know healthy relationships matter. They know rest is important. They know discipline matters. They know what they should do. And yet, many people continue living exactly the same way. Why? Why doesn't knowledge create change? Why do people remain trapped in patterns they no longer want? One of the greatest misunderstandings of modern life is the belief that knowledge creates transformation. But knowledge does not create transformation. Knowledge creates possibility. Transformation is created by action. As Aristotle famously observed, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Every day, millions of people read books, watch videos, listen to experts, learn new ideas, and for a brief moment, they feel inspired, they feel motivated, they feel ready to change. But a few days later, most of that inspiration disappears, and life returns to normal. Not because they are incapable, not because they are unintelligent, but because knowledge and transformation are not the same thing. Knowledge lives in the mind. Transformation lives in action. Knowledge tells you what is possible. Action determines what becomes real. And between knowledge and action, there is often a difficult bridge, a bridge called commitment. This is where many people struggle, because commitment asks for something that knowledge never asks for, a price. Knowledge is comfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Knowledge costs nothing. Change demands sacrifice. A healthier body demands discipline. A stronger mind demands practice. A better life demands responsibility. And perhaps this is why so many people remain the same, not because they do not know, but because they are unwilling to pay the price that change requires. There are people with great intelligence, high education, impressive knowledge, and still, in the face of a small difficulty, they collapse. And there are others with little formal education who carry responsibility, keep their word, endure hardship, and continue walking when life becomes difficult. Because change is not created by information alone. Change is created by character, by patience, by repetition, by the willingness to continue when motivation disappears. The mind often prefers what is familiar, even when the familiar is painful, even when the familiar keeps us stuck, because uncertainty feels dangerous. Growth requires stepping into the unknown, and that is rarely comfortable. At first, every real change creates resistance. The body resists. The mind resists. Old habits resist. The familiar life pulls us back. But if a person continues, if they stand firm, if they repeat the new action again and again, something begins to change. The resistance slowly loses its power. What once felt impossible becomes difficult. What was difficult becomes familiar, and what became familiar becomes part of who they are. This is how transformation happens, not in one emotional moment, not through one powerful idea, but through repeated action, through commitment, through staying with the truth long enough for life to reshape around it. As James Clear writes, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Many people know. Few people persist. Many people begin. Few people continue. Many people want a different life. Few people are willing to become a different person. And maybe that is the real challenge. Not learning something new, but living what we already know. Because life does not reward what we know. Life responds to what we repeatedly do. Knowledge is common. Transformation is rare. So perhaps the real question is not, what do I need to learn? Perhaps the real question is, what truth do I already know, but continue to avoid living? But perhaps an even deeper question remains. If knowledge is not enough, what gives a human being the strength to change? And perhaps that is a question we will explore in the days ahead.